Hi everyone, welcome to today's event, How to Develop a Successful Career and College Plan. My name is Mykim Tran and I will be the presenter today. So today's event, I will share with you my personal journey on how I developed my career as a speaker and how did I make the decision to pick the education and the topic I like to speak as I go through my career. Okay, and then I will share you with tip and tool to help you stay motivated, by empowered to move forward. The tip and tool that I use to help me move forward in life. And then in the second half will be question and answer. So if you have any question as I go through the presentation, please post them in the chat box. But please remember to post so everybody can see, okay? Because if you only post them to me, then other people might not know what you asked and they might ask the same question. Okay, so please remember to post all your question and comment so everybody can see. And then at the end, I will try my best to answer the question as best I can to help you successfully. Okay, so let's get started. So to get started, I'd like to share with you the journey on how I developed my career path. So I started my career in 2010, becoming a motivational speaker to motivate, inspire youth and young adults to feel good about themselves. And there are four main reasons why I decided to do that. The first reason is that because I enjoy giving presentation a lot. I remember when I was in my college year, getting my bachelor degree, the communication classes I enjoy a lot. Every time we have to present, I always volunteer to present because I enjoy presenting so much. So that's the first reason why. The second reason is because I was able to overcome my self-esteem and self-confidence issue to build my self-confidence. Because when I was younger, I was overweight. And being overweight as a young kid in the Asian culture is not a good thing because your families and friends will always make fun of you. So I end up having low self-esteem. However, when I was 20 years old, I came back a show called What Not to Wear. What Not to Wear is a show where Stacey Clinton and Stacey London and Hillary Clinton show you how to dress for your body. And it does not matter what kind of type of body you have, fat or skinny, if you know how to find clothes that fit your body, you will look attractive. So when I start to apply the tip and tool to help me find clothes that fit my overweight body, oh my God, I feel so attractive. And so I find out that you do not need to have a skinny body to look attractive and feel good about your body. So my self-confidence skyrocketed when I learned how to dress for my body, even though I was overweight. I feel so confident in my body is that sometimes I just want to get dressed and just walk outside because I want to feel good in my clothes. And that's how confident I was when I was able to learn how to dress with confidence. Okay. And the third reason why is because I enjoy self-care. Even though I was overweight when I was younger, I never really do anything to harm my body. I mean, I had the pressure to do unhealthy things to lose weight, but I never do any of those things. And even though I was overweight, I tried to eat healthy, and I am very an active person back then too, even now. So sometimes I feel like I just born out with an overweight body, but I'm not an unhealthy person. And I enjoy doing things to take care of myself, body, mind, and spirit. Okay. And so the last reason why it motivated me to start my career as a speaker is because I was inspired by motivational speaker and trainer. And I remember I watched so many speakers and I get inspired by them. And I just want to be like them. And so those are the four reasons why I decided to become a speaker to help youth and young adults to feel good about themselves. So next, I will share with you my path to education, why I decided to pursue a bachelor, certificate, master, and PhD. Okay. So my bachelor degree, I received my bachelor degree in 2008, but I didn't start my career until 2010, right? So it's after I get my bachelor degree. But my bachelor degree is in media communication. But before I was that major, I was in the business major. Because when I was 18, I didn't really know what my interest is. And my family and friends always push you to, okay, decide on a major. You know, as a young kid, you always get that pressure from everybody. So I just go with the business. However, after 3 years in of going business, the major, I hate it so much. I believe that I failed accounting 2 times. And after I failed 2 times, I said, okay, this is enough. This is not for me. I hate school so much. So I decided to change my major. So before I become a communication major, I took a lot of personality tests to see what my personality are. I read a lot of books on personality and how to help you discover your passion to help you make better decisions. And I also reflect back to my communication classes that I enjoy doing. So after self-reflection and do all those stuff, I decided to pursue my bachelor degree in media communication. And the reason why I want to focus on media is because I hate the media. Because I hate how the media influence me and other people to make poor decisions. And I can see that in myself as a young kid and also in my family and most importantly, young children, where the media do a great job at influence children. And I hate that so much. And so I want to get my bachelor in media communication to learn more about the media, to help me and other not be so influenced by the media. And so even though I was 1 year shy away from graduating for a business major, but switching from business to media communication is one of the best decisions I ever made. Okay, so that is my bachelor degree is in media communication. So in 2010, like I said, I went and started my career as a speaker. And I talk a lot about health and wellness because I want to help you feel good about the body, not only from the outside, dressing from the outside, but the inside. Because I found out that if you take care of yourself from the inside, your body will feel good and then you will feel good. So I decided to get my certificate in personal trainer to learn about fitness and nutrition. However, one semester in, when I went to get that certificate, I found out that that certificate was not a good fit for me because personal trainer talk more about fitness and less about nutrition, but they still talk about nutrition. But I found out that I am more a nutrition person. So in this case, I dropped the personal trainer certificate and then I went and get an online certificate, nutrition and wellness consultant because I want to learn more about nutrition than fitness. So I think it took me 3 months to get that certificate online. And because I'm talking about health and wellness to the young generation, so I want to have that education background to give myself credible when I talk to them. Okay, and so my certificate is in nutrition and wellness consultant. And as I was going through my career, I always think to myself, why did I have the motivation to stay healthy, even though I was overweight and not be influenced? Why did I have that motivation and why some people don't? So with that thought coming to my mind, I want to learn motivation, more different ways of motivation to help others. So I went through and looked through a community college catalog to see any course that has motivational courses. And I found the course of of human psychology. Human psychology is an introduction to human behavior. So I signed up for that course, and in that course, we learn about different type of human behavior. And I found the area of health psychology. And the moment I found that area of health psychology, I was so excited because health psychology is just basically understanding health behavior. Why people eat healthy, why people are not eating healthy, why people smoke, health behavior. And when I found out that, I was so happy. So that the moment I found out about that, that area, that's the moment I searched online for a master degree in health psychology. So that is my master program, is health psychology. And I was so excited. You do not know how excited I was when I discovered that area. I couldn't wait to start school. I mean, like, oh my God. And I found that I was so excited and passionate about that area. I did really well in that program. I believe I got a 4.0 in that program. And the thing is, my bachelor's degree, I only get a 2.7 a GPA because I wasn't really passionate about it. And so that's why if you're really passionate about something, about a topic, you will enjoy learning and you do so well in school. Okay. So that is my master's degree, health psychology. So when I did my master's degree in health psychology, I had to take a few introduction psychology course, to understand the foundation of psychology and behavior. And that is when I discovered the area of humanistic psychology. Humanistic psychology is understanding about human beings and human potential, what motivates us to reach our full potential. And that is when I went get my PhD in humanistic psychology. And again, the moment I discovered that area, I was as excited, even more excited, because learning about human potential is one of the greatest area I can ever learn. And like again, I was excited to start school. I could not wait to start my PhD. I was so excited. So my PhD is in humanistic psychology, understanding what motivates, inspire, and empower individuals to become the best self to reach their full potential. And your career should give you that excitement. Okay, if your education doesn't give you that excitement, then you miss the whole purpose of getting education. Education should empower you, should motivate you, should get you excited to learn and do great things afterward. And also, education is a personal development journey. What that means is that I help you learn more about yourself. I help you discover your strength and talent. As you can see, as I go through the different education, I learn something more about myself to make better decisions, better career choices as I go through life. And that is the purpose of getting education, personal growth. If you did not learn more about yourself, your strength and talent as you get your education, then you miss the whole purpose of getting an education. Yes, when you're in an education, you learn about a certain topic, but those topics should help you learn more about yourself. And if you didn't, then you missed the whole purpose. Your education should help you learn more about yourself and give you excitement, give you empowerment, give you motivation to learn and do great things afterward, after you finish your education. Okay? So that is my education journey. Next, I'd like to share with you my career path, career growth, right? As a career, we want to grow our career. We don't want to be stuck. So your career should be learned as you grow. So same with your education, you learn as you grow. And it's a lifetime process because you know why? Because as a human being, we are not perfect. And what that means that when we are not perfect, which means we will never truly know our true strength, talent, and passion. Because if you truly know your true strength, talent, and passion, then you are perfect, but you are not. There will always be something that you can learn and improve to make better career decision to help you grow as a career, because that's why I call career growth, okay? So the only thing we can do successfully is make the best decision in the present moment. Whatever education you think fit you, fit your strength and talent, you go for it. And as you learn and grow, then you make better decisions in the future. Like my education, I did not know what kind of education I want for my certificate, my master, and my PhD until I learn and I grow. And it's the same with your career. So like, for example, when I first start out, I start out talking about health and wellness and body image when I would start my career, because I thought that's what my strength and talent is at the moment. So that's what I do, talk about health and wellness with the young generation. But as I start into my master program, I learned more about the mind, and I found out that mental health, self-esteem, and self-confidence and empowerment is more aligned with who I am. So through my master program and so forth, up to 4, I will talk more about empowerment. I talk more about self-esteem. I still talk about health and wellness, but not as much anymore during my master program compared to before my master program. Okay, because I learned that mental health is more aligned with who I am at that moment. Okay. And then when I get to my PhD, I learn more about human potential and learn more about personal growth. And so today, I talk more about personal growth because I found out that that's truly more aligned with who I am. Because when I reflect back to my journey, it's the self-care that I developed for myself, personal growth that I've been doing throughout my career. That's the core thing that I'm doing. Okay, but I did not discover that until I went into my PhD, and still now I discovered that personal growth is more aligned with who I am. I still talk about self-esteem and self-confidence and health and wellness, but everything I talk about all tie back to personal growth. What that means is that when I talk about health and wellness, I want them to learn how to develop to become a stronger and better person, and that is personal growth. And when I talk about self-esteem and self-confidence, I want them to do that so they can become a stronger person. And that is personal growth. Even when I talk about career development, it all ties back to personal growth. And I talk about career development, about how to discover your strength and talent to become a better person, to go out there and make a social impact in society. And when you can make a social impact in society, that is personal growth. And when you do that, it also motivates you to become a better person and to help you reach your full potential. So as you can see here, my career, the topic that I will talk about will never be set in stone. As I learn and grow, I will discover more things about myself, okay? And that's the only thing we can do. We are human beings. We have to learn and grow, and that is called career growth, career advancements, okay? So we have to continue learning and grow and develop and evolve into something better, because as human beings, we have to grow. We either grow or die. We don't stay the same because we are living things. And so that's why our career has to grow. Okay. And like again, when it comes to human potential, another thing that we want to do is to make a bigger impact, a social bigger impact in society. Because human potential is about creating life meaning and purpose. And life meaning and purpose is when you use your strength and talent to help a wider audience, a bigger audience. Okay, the more you help people, the more you create life meaning and purpose. But you have to use your passion to help others. And that's how you create the most higher experience of life meaning and purpose. Okay. So if you want to learn more how to make a wider impact in society, I developed a pyramid called Life Purpose Pyramid. And you can learn about that pyramid on the video, How to Reach Your Full Potential, on our website, where I guide you step by step how to level up to make a social impact, a wider impact in society to help you create a bigger impact for your career as you grow. Okay, and you can get that video on our website, How to Reach Your Full Potential. Okay, and why did I develop Wake Up Foundation? So Wake Up Foundation developed in 2003 when I moved down to Southside to continue my speaking career. And when I moved to Southside, I met a lot of people in the community to educate me about the community and the nonprofit sector. And I met people and they asked me, why don't you start a nonprofit? And I learned more about that nonprofit, and then I say, okay, I will give it a try. And then people start to help me develop that nonprofit and to help me get started. And another thing is, it was a great idea when I was doing it, because when I was young, I always see myself making an impact in the community, society, and the world, but did not really know how to get started, in what way. And then when people introduced me to nonprofit, then okay, then this is one of the ways that I can make a social impact. And so that's how Wake Up Foundation was developed. Okay. So that is my education and career path, how I develop and grow. Next, I'd like to share with you some of the mindset that I use to help me overcome struggle and challenges to help me move forward to become successful. So the first one is you have to develop that mindset that success is given to you. Whatever goals and dream that you have to embed that mindset. Okay, I will become successful no matter what. And another great thing is that I learned from successful people is that if others can become successful, why can't you? And you have to ask yourself, why can't you? The successful people are average people like everybody else. But so if they can become successful, why can't you? And you can, okay? You have to embed in your mindset that, okay, this is my passion. This is my career goal. I will become successful no matter what. And you have to believe in that. Embed in your heart and mindset to believe in that. Because if you don't believe in that, then you won't have the motivation to take the action step. Because to become successful, it took a lot of persistent and consistent. And if you don't believe in that, then you are unlikely to take the action. You keep unlikely to be consistent to what you need to do. Okay. And another thing that I learned about hidden potential is that everybody is born with greatness. And it's true. If you learn about hidden potential, no one is left behind. Okay, we are all born out with greatness. Yes, we become great at different things, but we can all reach the same level of greatness in doing different things. Okay, and it's true. Hidden potential is for everybody. Because if you don't believe that you can become successful, like again, it's hard for you to overcome challenges because you will face a lot of challenges with your passion, with your goal. And if you don't believe that you can overcome it, and if you don't believe that you can become successful, then like again, then it's hard for you to have the motivation to go out there and find solution because solutions are out there to help you overcome challenges. It just depend on are you motivated to go out there and look for the solution. But if you don't believe that you can become successful, then that mindset decrease your motivation to go out there and look for the solution. Okay. So like I said, when I first start out my career, the moment the career become a speaker public to my mind, I embedded my mindset, I will become successful. Why can't I become successful? And that's how strong you need to believe in order for you to turn your dream into reality. Okay. So success is a given. So the next tip you want to do is that you want to take action. Okay. So what I mean by that, whatever idea you have to improve your career, you need to take immediate action. The moment you have a great idea, that is your intuition talking. And great idea and great success come from your intuition. The moment it manifests, you need to take action right away. And I cannot emphasize how important that is. Okay, don't worry about success or failure. The moment you have a great idea, you need to test it out immediately. Yes, even though all your intuition might not come success, but success only comes from your intuition, from your great idea. Okay, and so that's why it's so important because if you don't take action, then you will regret it. Okay, and also when you act on your intuition, it will increase your self understanding. Okay, to see what works and what doesn't work. And if you fail, that also teach you about your weaknesses. And if you have a success with an idea, then that's teaching you about your strength. Okay, and when you can understand that your both your weaknesses and your strength, that is increasing your self understanding, right, to help you make better decisions in the future. And that is the key. Remember, as a human being, we want to learn how to make better decisions in the future. That is the main goal. Okay, because we learn and we grow, and so that is important. Because as a human being, we don't know what our strength and talent is the moment we're born out. A lot of people think, okay, when I reach a certain age, I will know who I am, my strength and talent without taking any action. But that's not true. Okay, we have to take action in order to learn who we are, our strength, talent, and passion. And another thing that you want to have the mindset is that whatever your intuition is, whatever your great idea that you have to believe that that is the next that is the next big idea. That idea that you have at that moment, you have to believe that that is the next great idea. Okay, you have to like get embedded in your mindset, like I will become successful with this idea. Okay, you might not well, you might not have a great outcome, but when you take action, you have to believe that okay, this action will be the next great idea. Because why? Because you need to believe that to give you the motivation to put in the effort in to take the action. Because in order to change, to make an idea become reality, become successful, you need to put 100% effort in, 100% action in to turn the idea into reality to become successful. But if you don't believe that the idea is the next big thing, then your motivation is not as strong. And like again, if your motivation is not strong, then you will put that 100% effort in to turn the idea into reality. But success requires 100% focus and commitment. And that is why every tuition idea you have to believe that that will be your next great idea. Okay? And again, not every great idea you will have will become successful, right? But that is okay. Because our intuition or a great idea can manifest anytime. And anytime doing anything, your idea can manifest when you are washing the dishes, watching TV, talking to your friend, going out to eat at a restaurant. Okay. And the moment you have that idea, you need to act on it right away. Okay. Otherwise, you would regret it. And so that's why it's so important for you to take action on your idea immediately. And that's why it's important not to give up, okay? Because you do not know when your great idea gonna come, and you do not know when it's gonna become successful for you. And so you cannot give up, okay? And that is important. So the last tip that you can see here is make the switch. What that means is that the moment you discover something new that can help your education, that can help your career goal, you need to make the switch immediately. Okay, so every time you learn something more about your strength, talent, passion, anything that improve your career or education, you need to make the switch immediately. Okay, and sometimes the switch will be easy, but sometimes the switch will be difficult, but you have to build the courage to make the switch. So like for example, when I went on the certificate, right, for personal trainer, that was an easy switch from a personal trainer to the nutrition and wellness consultant because I was only one semester in. I didn't use a lot of time yet. So that switch was easy. But for me to jump from the business to communication for my bachelor degree, it was not as easy because I was 3 years in the business major already. I only have 1 year left before I graduate with the business. But I make the switch. I have to have the courage to switch and start over. Okay. Because if I didn't make the switch, I don't think I will be doing what I'm doing. And that, again, that's the one of the most hard decision I ever made. But that was one of the best decision I ever made because when I was in that media communication, I learned a lot about myself, a lot about my strength and talent. And yes, like yes, sometimes the switch is easy and sometimes it's difficult. But you have to build the courage to make the switch when it's difficult. Because as a human being, sometimes we make terrible mistakes. We make a mistake that is so terrible that we don't know until years later. Okay. But we have to build the courage to overcome that mistake and build the courage to let go and start something better. And that is so important because we are human beings. We will make terrible mistake, okay, that you do not know until later on in life. Because if you don't make the switch and if you stuck with it, then you can't move forward. If you stuck with something that's not great for you, then you can't move forward to be better, to learn and grow, to evolve into something that you are meant to be. Okay, and we don't know what we are meant to be. The only thing we can do is learn, grow, and evolve the best person we can be daily. Okay. So next, I'd like to share with you some tips about the failure mindset. Okay. So the failure mindset. When you fail a lot, that does not mean you are a failure. Okay. Even if you try your intuition and you fail 10 or 20 times, okay, those are failure, but you are not a failure. Okay, that's two different things. We fail a lot in life, but that does not mean you are a failure. And that is the point to understand, okay, to help you keep on moving forward. Because if you believe that you are a failure and you can't become successful because of your failure, then you will have the motivation to keep on moving forward. And the second component is that you have to understand that whatever you fail or whatever you do in the past that's not good for you, it's not a waste of time. Never think that it's a waste of time when something doesn't come out the way you want. So like for my bachelor degree, yes, even though it took me 3 years to find out that that was not what I want, but that 3 years is never a waste of my time. Knowledge is knowledge. That knowledge that I learned in the business, I'm able to use that some capacity in my life, in my future. And even if you never use it daily, as a daily often, that does not mean it's a waste of your time, okay? When you make the best decision at that moment, when I was young, I didn't know a lot, so that was the best decision that I make. I have to make decisions when I was young. That's the best thing I can do. So it's never a waste of your time. You have to understand that so you can have the ability to let go. Because if you feel like, oh, you're in something for 3 years and you let go, you feel like you waste 3 years. Okay, and that's why we have to act on our tuition immediately. The moment you find out something is good for you, something is better for you, you need to let go, because the longer you hold on to it, then the more it's harder to let go, and then you start to feel like you waste of time, and then you won't able to let go, and you'll be stuck with something that you don't want to be in. Okay, so never believe that's a waste of time, but it's important to let go as soon as you discover something new and make the switch immediately. And is the last one is the learning tool. Okay, everything you do when you have negative experiences is teaching you about something. It teaches you about negative quality about yourself. It also teaches you something about positive quality about yourself also. It teaches you what not to do and what can you do better in the future. And that is a blessing. Remember, as a human being, we need to learn. No matter how great you think you are, no matter how think you great your career is, no matter how perfect you think you are, there will always be something that you can learn to be better. Remember, we are not perfect, which means our career will never be set in stone at the moment. We have to learn, we have to grow to become better. Our career has to grow, our career has to evolve into something better, and that is important. Okay, so it's a learning to understand that failure is a learning tool. So when you fail, that does not mean you're a failure, and that is important to understand. Okay. So next, I'd like to share with you how do you make sure your survival need is being met so you can pursue your goals and dream. Because to turn your goal and dream into to success to reality, sometimes at the beginning it's difficult, right? And you have to give up and you're afraid, how can I be successful? So I'd like to share with you how should we met our survival need. So for your survival need, you want to make a list of things that you need to have to survive and how much money you need. But the thing to understand that to meet our survival needs is a lot easier than we might think. Okay, when I talk about survival need, we need food, right? We need water, we need a shelter, we need clothes to keep ourselves warm. But this does not mean I'm not talking about good food. I'm not talking about nice clothes. I'm not talking about nice house clouds or nice cars. I'm not talking about the subscription that you have in your life, such as cable or whatever subscription you have. Okay, survival need is just enough for you to eat. Okay, even though the food is not tasty, that is still meeting your survival need. If you have a place to stay, to sleep, even a shelter, that is meeting your survival need. If you just have a pair of clothes to wear in your back and to keep yourself warm, that is meeting your survival need. Okay. So in this case, a lot of people think, oh, I need to live a house like this. I need to have this subscription. I need to have internet or like this car to survive. But that's not survival. That is anything besides meeting your survival need. That is not survival. Okay. Like again, a home less is still meeting his survival need. He have homeless shelter. He have clothes to wear. He have a place to sleep. He's meeting his survival need. And when you can do that, that is called survival need. Anything beside that is not called survival need. Okay. And the great thing about living in America today is that if you need help with your survival need, there are so many resources to help you. So like, for example, there's a lot of housing programs that you can sign up and you only have to pay $100 or $200 a month, okay, to support you. Okay, you can, for food, you can apply for food stamp. There's so many food banks for you to get food to meet your survival need, especially today, right now, during COVID, there's more supported services for you than ever before. There are thrift stores that you can buy clothes that's $1, $2, or $3. Okay, so there are many places that you can have a shelter, food, and your clothes and water to support your survival need. And so meeting that survival need is not as difficult as a lot of people think. Okay, and also you want to develop that mindset that being homeless is okay. This does not mean that you're going to become homeless, but you want to prepare yourself for the worst. We want to prepare yourself, okay, if that happened, how do I approach it if that happened? But that doesn't mean it's going to happen. But you want to prepare for the worst. Remember, when you're homeless, there's a lot of homeless shelter, okay, or transitional housing, and there's food bank, okay, and there's thrift store. There's even organization, nonprofit that give you free clothes. So when people are afraid to be homeless, it's not about they are afraid that they can't survive the survival need. It's the emotion that they are afraid of. So when you are homeless, you start to develop fears, worry, stress, and sadness. Those are emotions. Okay, and people are afraid to feel like that. It's just not that they can't meet the survival need. It's just that emotion. People don't know how, or they don't want to experience that emotion, or they don't know how to control those emotions. Because if your emotion control you, like fear, worries, then you are afraid to go after your goals and dreams. And so you want to learn how to manage those emotions successfully. Okay, because like in survival need, you can meet that. Okay, with the support and learn how to live simple. It's just that the emotion that a lot of people are fearful of. And so you want to learn how to prepare yourself to be okay if those emotions come up and learn how to manage those emotions. Emotions is in you, and anything that's in you, you can always learn how to manage it. Okay, so it's not worry about the survival need. Okay. And another thing about passion, when you go, if you are truly doing something that you are passionate about, you will always find the solution. You know, you have always hear people say, if you want something bad enough, you will find a solution. And I found out that is true because you know why? Because passion promotes creativity. Okay. And when you are creative, you can always come up with a solution to overcome your challenges. And creativity is imagination. And when it comes to creativity and imagination, there is no limit to solution. There's unlimited of solution out there. It just depends on are you creative or not. And with passion, if you truly do something that relates to your passion, you will be creative. You will always come up with a solution to overcome your challenges. And I believe that that's true in my life personally as well. When I'm passionate about doing something and I encounter a lot of challenges, somehow I always find a way to find a solution to help push me to keep on moving forward. And that's why it's so important for you to do something you are passionate about and it will help you overcome challenges or help you be creative to come up with a solution. Okay. If you want something bad enough, if that's your passion, you will be creative to have a solution for it. Okay. So the last one you can see here is opportunity cost. What that means is that yes, to chase after our goals and dreams, we have to give up something, right? That's why I call opportunity cost. Give up something to get something. So yes, the opportunity cost here is that you might have to give up the gratification, which is the good food, nice clothes, nice house, nice car at the beginning to go and chase your goals and dreams. Because to turn your goals and dreams into reality, you will not become successful at the beginning. So you have to give up opportunity costs, and those are opportunity costs. Tasty food, nice clothes, nice house and car. But giving up those things will be a blessing. And you rather give up those things than your passion. And I will share with you why next. Okay. So human potential, human being. As a human being, what we truly want to experience is the positive emotion, right? Joy, happiness, meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. And those emotions are best experienced from your passion. Okay, when you are passionate about something and you move forward to turn your passion into a reality, you will enjoy happiness, meaning, purpose, and fulfillment daily. Okay, and if you can experience that daily, then you are being your best self and you are reaching your full potential, and that is what we want. And if you can do that, then you have mastered being a human being and you are reaching your full potential. Okay. And like I said, if you can discover your passion, you will you will not regret it. A lot of people think, oh, passion is not a big deal. It's because they haven't experienced those positive emotions yet. They haven't truly experienced true happiness, meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. So they say it's not a big deal. But I guarantee you, if you follow your passion and turn your passion into reality, you will not regret it. Because again, as a human being, we want to experience that emotion, those emotions. And those emotions are best experienced from your passion. Okay, and nothing will compare. You can overcome when you have those positive emotions. You can overcome anything because you can't live without it. Because as human beings, we crave for those emotions. Okay, we can't. It push you. Your passion push you to keep on doing it because we crave for those positive emotions and nothing. And so that's why we crave for passion because we crave for those positive emotions. Okay. Yes, a gratification might make uh, uh the thing that a gratification or good food, nice car, and nice house. Those things are called gratification because when it comes to health, when it comes to psychology, human potential, anything that's beyond your survival needs, like we don't need tasty food to make our survival need, right? We don't need nice place to sleep. We don't need nice house to survive, right? We don't need nice clothes to survive. So anything that beyond our survival need, according to psychology, is called gratification. Okay. And yes, gratification might make us feel a little bit good inside a little bit at that moment and make our life a little bit interesting at the moment, but that's nothing compared with our passion. Okay. And so that's why there's a lot of rich people that are still unhappy because their life is filled more with gratification and less with happiness. And that's why a lot of rich people still have mental issue or not happy because their life is more filled with gratification and not filled with those positive emotions. Okay. And another thing I found out that giving up gratification is not really giving up at all. I found out that it helped me experience, have better positive experience, and it's actually a blessing for me. And the two things that I discovered when I had to give up gratification when I first started out my career is that I learned how to live simply and appreciation. Those are the two things I discovered from learning how to give up gratification. And this is how it helped me in my life when I give up those gratification. First, it improved my health because when I don't have any money when I first start out, I had to learn how to eat simple, right? Simple food because food that tastes good, you have to buy a lot of ingredients, a lot of things together, go out to eat in a restaurant. That costs a lot of money. But when I learned how to eat simple because I didn't have that money, I had to buy fruit and vegetable because fruit and vegetable doesn't cost as much money compared to other food, right? So I learned to eat simple. And when I eat simple like that, my health improved. And then when my health improved, I have more energy. And so that's a thing that I never took for granted for living simple and eating health and eating simple. It improved my health. And also I learned how to appreciate food more. So like again, when I eat simple, it doesn't taste as good, right? Because it's so simple. And so when I go out to a restaurant and I eat, I appreciate food so much. I appreciate the people that cook the food because it tastes a lot better than my food of cooking. So I appreciate the people that cook my food and I can enjoy the food when I go out. But if you are a good cook at home, then going out might not be as appealing to you because restaurant food is not like a much differences than your food, because you cook good, you use a lot of ingredients. Then restaurant food might be a little bit better, but it's not as much different. So you won't appreciate as much. And that's why learn how to eat simply has increased my appreciation for food and also for other people cooking when I go out and eat at a restaurant. And also, living simply has also decreased my worry and stress, because when I was young, I didn't have any money, so I live very simple. I live in a studio apartment. I sleep on the floor. I do everything on the floor because I didn't have money to buy furniture. But the thing is, that was not a big deal. I get through life very happily and simply by doing that. Even today, when I have more money, I don't have the desire to buy a lot of furniture. I still don't have a TV. I still don't have a lot of furniture because I found out that I really don't need those things to bring me those positive emotions. So it teach me giving up, chasing my dream and giving up gratification has teach me how to appreciate my life, how to learn how to live simply. And I will never forget that. Because if I have money to start out with, I will be influenced by gratification. And so that's why turning my goal dream to reality and giving up gratification is a blessing. And it teaches me that happiness, meaning, and purpose doesn't require those gratification need. Okay. And it's true. I still live simple today. I don't have a lot of furniture in my apartment. I live very simple because I found out that those things doesn't bring me joy. Those things doesn't bring me meaning. Those things doesn't bring me purpose. Those things doesn't bring me fulfillment. The thing that bring me those positive emotions is turning my dream into reality. Okay. So next, I'd like to share with you some personal development tool I do as I go through my career to help me stay motivated and empowered not to give up. So my personal development tool is that I read books on motivational and people that inspire me. I remember when I first started out my career, I would read like 3 books a week. I would go through the books so fast, and I enjoy doing it to help me learn and develop, to help me build that strength within me that I can overcome challenges and believe in myself. I watch a lot of video and listen to audio constantly. Attend workshop, training, and seminar. Like when I first start out, I attend a lot of personal development training to be around people to encourage you, to motivate you, to keep your hope and faith. And that is important. And that's why being around positive people is so important in life. Okay. I follow positive people on social media. Like again, on my Facebook, 90% is people that I want to learn from. Or 10% is from my family and friends, but 90% is from people I want to follow and learn from. And so every time I open my Facebook feed, it's like bombarded with positive information. And that is what you want. And also the last thing is avoid negative people at all costs. Okay. This includes your family, friends, or whoever that is negative, that is not supporting your goals and dream. And that is important because you work hard to become a positive person when you read books, watch video, follow people, and attend workshop. You do not want to take that positive away when you're around negative people. Negative people will take away the effort that you put in to become positive. And that's why, yes, it's important to learn how to be positive, but it's also important to learn how to avoid negative people. And that is important. So the last thing I share before we go question and answer is you have to develop the mindset that you can make a differences with your passion. Okay, that's important because we all want to make a differences, right, with your passion. And no matter how small you are right now, you are making a differences if you truly follow your intuition and follow your passion. Okay, and even though you don't take one small action step, you are making a differences. Even though you might not see the physical benefit when you take that small action step, someone out there is benefiting from it, either physically, mentally, spiritually, or emotionally. Yes, you don't know because you don't see it in front of your face. But like, for example, if you post something about your passion in a video on YouTube, someone is watching it. At least one person is watching it. And that one person is watching it, you are making a difference in that person. And that is important to understand. Because you have to believe that. Because if you don't believe that, then you won't see, oh, I'm not making a difference. I'm not contributing to society in the world, then you won't have the motivation. But you have to have the mindset that whatever you're doing, your passion is something great. And when you're doing something great, someone is benefiting it. Okay. So you cannot doubt that, because if you doubt that, then you don't have the motivation. And so you have to believe that mindset that you are making a difference. Your passion will make a positive impact, a difference in yourself, in other world and society. If you don't have that mindset, then you feel like, okay, no one is benefiting. If no one's benefiting, then why would you need to do it, right? But it's not true. At least one people out there is watching it. And I say one is just a thing, but many more today. Okay. Always believe that if you're doing the right thing, if you follow your passion, if you're following your intuition, someone is benefiting. Okay. You never doubt that. And that is the mindset that you want to have. And if you want to make more social impact, then you need to take more action, right? So like, for example, you create one video, then not many people benefit. But if you create two videos, then more people will benefit because your more stuff is out there of that you are doing, which more better chance that more people you are reaching. So it's all come back to your motivation and effort. If you want to reach more people, then you need to go out there and do more and never doubt that you are not making a difference, because you are. Okay. And that is the mindset that you need to have so you can keep on pushing, moving forward when you face challenges. Okay. So that's the end for today's event. So if you have any questions, please post them in the chat box and I will answer the best as I can.